This is Professor Richard Legum. I teach philosophy at Kingsborough Community College, and I'm putting this YouTube video up for my students to help them access Blackboard and my courses on Blackboard. Well, to begin with, the best browser to use for Blackboard is Firefox. You can get it with Internet Explorer or with Google Chrome. The best one, the one that they use for developing it, is Firefox. If you're on a Mac, I'm not sure they have a version. You'll have to check on the internet. If not, you'll have to use Safari. Okay, now the first thing you can do, and I'm already there, but I'll make believe we didn't get to the right site, is to get to the right site, which is the CUNY portal, www.cuny.edu. And hit enter, and we're up here. And here is the CUNY portal. Now it might look a little bit different on your machine depending on the particular dimensions of your screen, how your computer is set up, but you'll get something that looks like this. And notice over here it says welcome to CUNY, portal login, Blackboard, and we just want to go to Blackboard. You could go to portal login, which would be another way of getting, but let's make it simple. Go to Blackboard and click on Blackboard. Now it's going to ask you for your username, mine is there, and your password. Let me put those in. You should put your own in and press OK. I don't let it store any of my passwords. And here we pop up to the version of Blackboard that we are currently using. Over the summer, we upgraded from version 8 to version 9.1. So if you're familiar with version 8, it's going to look slightly different. And it might be worth taking a look at the video anyway. Now, my version will look a little bit different than yours. After all, I'm a professor here. You're a student. And they set it up a little bit different for the two of us. But if you take a look over here on the right side, you're going to see my courses. And for me, it says courses you're teaching. And for you guys, it'll say courses you are taking. And notice they all say 2012 full term. And here I'm teaching ethics. You might be in my ethics class. There's the class number, 7400-02 section 2. You could be in my history of philosophy, the classical philosophers, which we sometimes call, or I call all the time, history of ancient philosophy. This one, the first one up there is for section 14. That is, if you're taking it as an evening class, it meets at 6:30 on Monday and Wednesdays. The next one is my history of philosophy class. That's a hybrid that we meet on Sunday at 10. I believe 10:20. I could be wrong about the time. The next one is Logic, the Introduction to Logic course, Philosophy 7300, Section 1, which is the one that meets Monday, Wednesday, and online for an hour as well. And finally, for me, the final course that I'm dealing with this semester is a Logic course, which is Section 4, Philosophy 7300, or Philosophy 73, Section 4, which meets at 1 p.m. on Sundays. So I'm going to go into the ethics course. All of my courses from this perspective is set up the same way. Just wanted to get you through it. So we click on ethics and we get into the course. It automatically opens to the home page. Depending on which course you're taking, you will see a banner that looks somewhat like this. And this is a little bit of a confusing page. It's a change from last. Right now, take a look at announcements, because the announcements are the most important thing. That is where you will find all your assignments. I might clean this page up and get rid of all the stuff later on, but I want to leave it standard the way all your courses look right now. Now notice we have over here on the left this little menu, home page, which is where we are. Information, that's where the syllabus and the information about the course is located. Content, that's where we're going to go in, where there are learning modules, where there are particular assignments. That's the place you're going to find that stuff. Discussions is where your discussions boards are. You don't have to worry. The rest of this stuff we'll talk about later on. You can do on your own time. But I just want to see, to get information, that is, if you're looking for a syllabus for the course, you'll want to get into information. And in the information, we have, first of all, tells you about where the class meets, the textbooks. This is my ethics class's textbook. Information about contacting me, the syllabus, which is a general syllabus. It'll tell you the information that we had above and some other information about the course and information about grading. The next document we have is the course schedule, which tells you what our plan is to accomplish every week. It's a tentative plan. Things change as the semester develops. As things happen in class, people have questions about things, our attention gets focused in different ways, and we'll have to reset the schedule a few times during the semester, but this is kind of the plan that I've laid out. Course requirements, what you need to do well in the course, and class ground rules. These are just procedural issues explaining to you about the acceptable ways of behaving in the class and what's unacceptable. So here's where you can find that information. For any of these, if you click on one, you can click on it. The syllabus, it will in a second pop up in a window. I guess CUNY's website's a little bit busy right now. Okay, and notice it says click here to download the file. If it doesn't open, you might want to download it. Your bar might look a little bit different over here depending on what you're using. And now you can see a copy of the syllabus, and if you want, here I have the print icon. Notice it'll say print. You print a copy. Okay, so let me go back. That's the stuff that's in the information page. Now, after you've taken a look at this, and it'll tell you a little bit about the course, I want you to go over to content, because here I've put in a page on all my courses for course introduction. They all look the same. Let me click on that. That's actually a learning module, and there are a bunch of things. The first is, it's really, in Blackboard it's like a quiz, but this is basically a survey that I'm asking you about your educational background. It's mostly multiple choice questions, asking you to write a couple sentences at the end. They're called essays. Don't get nervous. Just a few sentences. The syllabus, there's a link to the syllabus, the course schedule, the course requirements, the ground rules. Those are just links to what was in information. And then once you've gone over that, and once we've gone over this in class, I'm going to ask you, it's really a little quiz to take about it. The point of the quiz is the first question is the most important one, because in order to stay in the class, you're going to have to agree to abide by the rules. If you have a problem with the rules when we talk about it in class, let me know. But after the first week, if you have not agreed to that, which I'm going to know because of what you get on the quiz, because that's the 100-point question, you will not be able to attend. You'll have to take this up with the dean. And the other thing that I have is 2 links to discussion boards in this course module. The first one, introduce yourself. Think about a few sentences, how you'd like your classmates and me to know you, remember you, maybe put up a picture, a digital picture you have, and then there are questions and answers. That's under discussion board. That's a forum that will remain up during the semester. If you have questions about the course, about the assignments, about any information related to the course that's of interest to everybody, that is not what your grade is, what you've done wrong in your assignment, but you're confused about something or you don't understand something about the course, that's the place to put the question. I will go to that forum periodically and answer everybody's question, and if you need something in a faster fashion, just send me an email at my Kingsborough, my kbcc.cuny.edu email account. That is richard.legum@kbcc.cuny.edu, and just tell me that there's a question up there that you need to have answered. I get my email on my phone, so I will get back to you. So that's basically the way my courses are laid out in Blackboard. I hope this is helpful. I'm looking forward to meeting you in class and having a great semester.